Try to understand this now. This is also a major part of measure of central tendency. Uh, there are three kinds of measures of central tendency. इसको common language में you people want to say averages या stats की language में हम averages कहते हैं. What is a measure of central tendency? A single value that shows where the center of the entire data lies. आपका data spread out होता है. If you want to represent that entire data with a single value, that is what you call your measure of central tendency. Is this clear? समझ आ रही है बात? There are three measures of central tendency: mean, median, and mode. And then there is a variation and spread. ये बताता है कि आपका data from that particular central tendency value से कितना ज़्यादा spread out है. There is no rule, but majority of the questions में, when we are using mean as a measure of central tendency, we tend to use standard deviation or variance as a spread or a variation. समझाऊंगा क्या होती है, don't worry, कैसे निकालते हैं, I will explain everything. Just understand the names first and how and when do we use it. If we are using median as a measure of central tendency, if we want to say कि भाई पूरे data को let's represent the entire data with median, then in order to understand the spread of the data, we will use interquartile range. And again, not a rule, but if we are using mode as a measure of central tendency, then we tend to use range as a variation or spread. कि भाई data इतना फैला हुआ है. Is this clear or not? ये बात समझ आ गई? Let's try to do a few questions regarding median and interquartile range. Okay. Now let's see this. This is a two-way stem and leaf diagram. समझना जरा इसको. The question says find the median and quartile weights for country Q. Median and how do we find median? Median ka there is no formula for median. Yes, median is a middle position. Median is a, so if I have 5 people standing in front of me, the first thing I'll do is I'll say everyone should stand in order. Order of what? Order of the data. If the weights of the people is the data, so I'll say everyone should stand in order with their weights. If heights is my data, I'll say everyone should stand in order with their heights. If age is the data, I will tell the same 5 people to stand in order with their ages. क्या? Obviously ascending order. और उसमें से जो middle वाला बंदा है, उसका जो data होगा, that will be the median. 5 लोग हैं, तो what is the middle position? Third. How do we find this? Last position 5th है. पहली position पे 1 है. 5 plus 1 divided by 2 इससे median position आ जाती है. Is this clear or not? ये बात समझ आ गई? I told you stem and leaf का advantage is that the entire data is arranged in an order. कितना data है? Country Q में how many people did we have? Count करो जरा. How many people did we have for country Q? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count करो या लिखा होगा बड़ी. 29. 3. (28, 29) what? 29. Do we have agreement on 29? So what will be the middle position? 29 plus 1 divided by 2. So 15th is the median. 15th position is the median. 15 is not the median. So let's count. What do you get on the 15th position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. This is my median position. So what is the median? No, 8 is not 8. So there is no data. 78 is the median. 78 is the median. Okay? 78 kg is the median. Now understand one thing. You people are very well aware of finding interquartile range from cumulative frequency curve, बस इसमें कैसे निकालते हैं इस बात को समझो. Lower quartile is the median of the lower end of the data. Upper quartile is the median of the upper end of the data. Lower quartile is in the middle of the lower end. Upper quartile is in the middle of the upper end. Am I clear about it? If median takes a fixed position like this one, lower end पे कितना data है मेरे पास, इसको हटा देंगे. Median is the border. ना वो पाकिस्तान में ना वो इंडिया में. It is the border. Now I have a lower end data and I have an upper end data. Median वाली position को नहीं count करें. Lower end पे how many values do I have? 14. Upper end पे how many values do I have? 14. 14 का middle निकालना है. कैसे निकालूंगा? 14 plus 1 divided by 2. करो क्या आएगा? 7.5 is no position. So what will we do? 7th position plus 8th position divided by 2. That will give me the lower quartile. इसी तरह upper end में भी if I go for 7th and 8th position, I add them and I divide by 2, I will get the upper quartile. Can you find that for country Q, please? The lower quartile and the upper quartile. Lower quartile is called Q1, median is called Q2, and upper quartile is called Q3. That is just a. पहले median की position देख लो. 15th position पे median is this. Once median takes a fixed position, that position is called the border. Then the data is divided into two halves, the upper half and the lower half. The middle of the upper half is the upper quartile. The middle of the lower half is the lower quartile. So Q1 की अगर position निकालनी है, that is the 7.5. 7.5 is no position. I'll take the 7th position. The 8th position I'll add and I'll divide by 2. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7th position is 71. 8th position is 73. I add them up and I divide by 2. I'll get my upper quartile, which is 72. I'll get my lower quartile. Sorry, lower quartile is 72. Upper quartile में इसके आगे count करो. This is a border. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. It is 88. 8th पे भी it is 88. 88 plus 88 about 2 is 88. And how do you find interquartile range? Upper quartile minus lower quartile. सही है? Is this clear? Okay, now can you find the median of this data? I've already made the stem and leaf diagram. We've just made the stem and leaf diagram. How many readings do I have? Read the question. Sometimes the readings are also mentioned in the question. I've told you read the question. Sometimes the reading is mentioned in the question. 21. How did you get it as 21? Three weeks. That is 21. Why waste time counting? So if there is 21 data if I have, so what is the median? Median position, sorry. 11th position is the, can you count and tell me the median better? 79. 79 is the median. Now do you understand the advantage of making a stem and leaf diagram? Okay. Can you find the median and lower and upper quartile for this one as well? The median position is 30th, and on the 30th reading we have 0.7507. That is our median. Now can you find the lower quartile, upper quartile, and hence the interquartile range for this one as well? 30th position is the median. Kitna data in lower end or upper end pe? 29 in lower end and obviously 29 in upper end. 29 का middle कैसे निकालेंगे? 15th. Count 15th position पे you get your lower quartile, and upper end की 15th position पे you will get your upper quartile. निकाल कर बताओ what is your lower quartile and what is your upper quartile? Class. Then we have this question which is representing a frequency density histogram. Read the question. Each father in a random sample of fathers was asked how old he was when his first child was born. The following histogram represents the information. Can you tell me the data that we are focusing in this question? Age of the fathers. That is our data. Remember this thing. Because the mean will be from the data, the median will be from the data, the mode will also be from the data. So the first part is asking what is the model age group. When we have group data, follow. Let's see. When we have group data, there is no mode, there is model group. There is no median, there is a median interval in your syllabus. What is the model age group? When we have a frequency density histogram, the frequency can be found by taking areas of the bar. अब फ्रीक्वेंसी निकालिए, सबसे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी कौन से ग्रुप की है? सब एक जैसे बार है, कोई अलग बार है इसको बताओ जरा मुझे. Is there any bar which is different? ये वाला. So सिर्फ this one and this one, 30 to 35 and 40 to 65. इन दोनों के एरिया निकाल कर देख लो किसका एरिया ज्यादा आ रहा है. How do we find the area? इसकी width कितनी है? What is the width of this one? 5. What is the length of this one? 5.6 I guess, right? Right? 5 into 5.6 karo, you'll get the frequency for this group and frequency for this group. And what about this one? Width kitni hai iski? 25 and height is 0.4. कौन सा वाला ज्यादा है obviously? So the model age group is 30 to 35. Is this clear? 30 to 35. Then the question is asking how many fathers were between 25 and 30 years old when their first child was born? 25 and 30. So the question is asking us the area for this one. 4.8 इसकी height है और width है कितनी इसकी? 5. 4.8 into 5 कर लो. And then the question is asking how many fathers were in the sample. We will find all the frequencies and we will add them. Can you people do that for me? We have already found it for 3 of the bars. This one, and this one. बाकी bars की frequency निकाल के total करके बताओ. How many total fathers were there in the sample? How many fathers are there in the sample? This is 3.8. The height 3.8 and the width is 5. This is 0.8 and the width is 5. बाकी हम कर चुके हैं. This is 5.2 और ये already निकाल चुके हैं. How many fathers are in the group? Huh? 110. Is everyone getting the same value? Okay, class. Now the question has been given the birth weights of random samples of 900 babies born in country A and 900 babies born in country B are illustrated in the cumulative frequency graphs. Cumulative frequency graph group data से ही बनता है eventually, but once we have the cumulative frequency graph, we can visualize it in such a manner कि हमने कहा है कि all the 900 babies should arrange themselves according to their weights. यहाँ उनका नंबर है कि कौन सी पोजीशन पे कौन सा बेबी है और उस पोजीशन वाले बेबी का क्या वेट है, that can be seen from the x-axis. If you visualize the cumulative frequency graph in that manner, that will help you. 900 babies country A and 900 babies country B to compare the central tendency and spread of the birth weights of the two sets of data. So what will be the measure of central tendency in this question for us? When we have cumulative frequency curve, उस graph से directly, there is only one measure of central tendency that we can read. Median, mean read नहीं कर सकते cumulative frequency graph से. इसके लिए पहले इसको table बनाना पड़ता है group data का and then we estimate the mean. And what is the spread? अगर median is the measure of central tendency, then what is the spread? Interquartile range that tells you that उस central tendency data से how much is the data spread from that value. So how will we find the median first? पहले country, how much your value, how much your data is distributed from the measure of central tendency. जितना बड़ा spread है उतनी data और values फैली हुई हैं. Okay. तो मीडियन कैसे निकालेंगे? टोटल 900 बेबीज हैं, 50% is 900 is 450. 450 is not the median. 450 पे the weight that we'll get is our median. इसी तरह लोअर क्वार्टाइल 450 का आधा करो, या 25% of 900. 25% of 900. 225 is not the lower quartile. 225 पे whatever the value is your lower quartile. इसी तरह 75% of 900. 675 is not the upper quartile. उस पे the weight that you get is the upper quartile. I've done that for country A. Once you have the graphs, you can do it for country B as well, and then compare. The way measure of central tendency इतना आ रहा है. What will measure of central tendency do? It will tell you that on average कहाँ के बच्चों का weight ज्यादा होता है, and what will that spread do? The spread will tell you कि इस country में weight तो चलो कम या ज्यादा होता है, but is the weight of the babies consistent? The greater the weight, the greater the spread, the more inconsistent the data. Getting it or not? The greater the spread, the more inconsistent is the data. अभी मीन के साथ भी स्प्रेड करेंगे, डोंट वरी, आसानी से समझ आ जाएगा. Let's do it with mean as well. Can you write down this value? For example, I measure the length of a few leaves and I have given you the values. Can you note it down once? This is just a one-time drill. This is a one-time drill to help you understand standard deviation and weight.